Good morning, students. In the last class, we have discussed about Bohr's theory of hydrogen atom. That is postulates of Bohr's theory of hydrogen atom. In the postulates, there are some few postulates. That is, nucleus is present at the center and electrons revolve around the nucleus in a circular path of radius and energy called as orbits. And these orbits are concentrically arranged around the nucleus. Then energy is emitted by the electron when it is jumping from higher orbit to lower orbit. Like that we have discussed the postulates of Bohr's theory. Now next is merits of Bohr's theory. Merits of Bohr's theory. This is also an important part. It can be asked for 3 or 4 marks. So here in the merits, stationary states for electrons are numbered as 1, 2, 3, n is equal to 1, 2, 3, and these numbers are known as principal quantum number. These numbers are known as principal quantum number. This is the first postulate or first merit of Bohr's theory. That is, stationary states for electrons are numbered as n is equal to 1, 2, 3, and these numbers are known as principal quantum numbers. Then second one, radii of stationary states for electrons. Radii of stationary states is given by the formula Rn is equal to A0n square picometer. Okay, where A0 is having the value 52.9 picometer, and this is the radius of first orbit, because in this equation R1 is equal to A0, 1 square is 1, so that R1 is equal to A0, radius of first orbit. It is called as Bohr's orbit radius. Okay, Bohr's orbit radius. A0, the value A0, 52.9 picometer is called as radius of first orbit, that is Bohr's orbit radius. So here one note is that as n increases, radius also goes on increasing, and electron will be away from nucleus. Okay. Now third merit of Bohr's theory. So the most important property associated with the electron is energy of electron in its orbit, and that is given by the relation En is equal to minus RH divided by n square joule per atom, and this is equal to minus 2.18 into 10 raised to minus 18 divided by n square joules per atom. So here RH is equal to 2.18 into 10 raised to minus 18 joules is called as Rydberg constant. So in the last class I have given you one value of Rydberg constant, that is in the units of meter raised to minus 1. Now this is the another value of Rydberg constant, that is in the values of joules. Okay, and n is the again nothing but it is the principal quantum number. So here E1 is equal to, so I will substitute the value, minus 2.18 into 10 raised to minus 18 joules, and E2 is equal to minus 5.0509 minus 0.505 into 10 raised to minus 18 joules. So see here the value is more negative, so that we can say that the energy of the electron in an atom is lower than the free electron at rest. Okay, so as electron get closer to the nucleus, n decreases, so that En becomes larger in the absolute value and more negative. Next, fourth merit of Bohr's theory. This theory can be also applied to the species or ions containing, it can be also applied to the ions containing only one electron, similar to hydrogen atom. That is, these ions containing only one electron are called as hydrogen-like species. And the examples of hydrogen-like species are helium plus, lithium plus 2 and beryllium plus 3 and so on. Okay. So here the Bohr's theory can be applied to the ions containing only one electron. The ions containing only one electron are called as hydrogen-like species, and in the hydrogen-like species we come across helium plus, lithium plus 2, beryllium plus 3, etc. So now the energies of orbits associated with electrons in these hydrogen-like species is given by En is equal to minus RH divided by n square into z square joules, and here radii of these orbits is given by Rn is equal to A0 n square divided by z picometers. So here z is atomic number of the element. So for helium atomic number is 2, lithium atomic number is 3, like that go on saying that. Okay. Now here the value of energy becomes more and more negative as you go on increasing the value of z, so that radii goes on decreasing, so that we can say that electrons will be very tightly held by the nucleus. Okay. Now next point, that is next merit of Bohr's theory. It is possible to calculate velocity of the particles. It is possible to calculate velocities of electrons moving in these orbits. That is, it is possible to calculate velocities of electrons moving in this orbit. And another important merit of Bohr's theory is that it is we can use to explain the line spectrum of hydrogen using Bohr's theory. So now next explanation, that is sixth point or sixth merit of explanation of line spectrum of hydrogen, using Bohr's theory. Explanation of line spectrum of hydrogen atom using Bohr's theory. So this is a important one and can be asked for 3 marks. Okay. So you have to write all the explanation whatever I have given here. According to the postulates. So I am taking one of the postulate, that energy according to the postulate. So postulate number 3, that is, as long as the electron is present in any orbit, it does not radiate or lose or gain energy. When an electron is jumped from lower orbit to higher orbit, the energy is absorbed by the electron, and when the electron is jumped from higher orbit to lower orbit, energy will be emitted by the electron. I am using that postulate here. So according to the postulate, so energy gap between two orbits is given by delta E is equal to E2 minus E1, equation 1. But En is equal to minus RH divided by n square joules. So that E1 is equal to minus RH divided by n1 square. E2 is equal to minus RH divided by n2 square. Okay. So now substitute the values of E1 and E2 in this equation, so that this becomes minus RH divided by N2 square minus RH divided by N1 square, that is equal to RH into bracket 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. So it is in joules. Okay. So I will substitute the value of R 10 raised to minus 18. So I will write here is equal to 2.18 into 10 raised to minus 18 divided by or into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. It is in joules. So let it be equation 1. Now we have calculated the delta E. So I have to reach the explanation of line spectra, means I have to give the equation nu bar is equal to 109677 into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. It is our target. So in order to have the wave number, first I will write the frequency of radiation. Okay. Next part, frequency of radiation. Frequency of radiation absorbed or emitted is given by frequency of radiation absorbed or emitted is given by nu is equal to delta E divided by H. This is Planck's equation. So given by Planck's equation, delta E is equal to H nu. So here frequency of radiation absorbed or emitted is given by Planck's equation. So what is the Planck equation? Delta E is equal to H nu, implies nu is equal to delta E divided by H, that is equal to delta E value I will substitute from above equation 10 raised to minus 18 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. So it is in joules divided by H value is 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joules second. Okay, divided by joules second. So here I will write the reason from 1. Now substitute the values. Substitute the values or simplify the equation. So here I will write one explanation. N1 is initial orbit, N2 is final orbit. Okay. So that you know, I have just reminded you. Now if you simplify this value, it will be nu is equal to 3.29 into 10 raised to 25 into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square, and here unit will be second raised to minus 1. Let it be equation 2. Okay. Now go for next equation. So in terms of wave number, so what is the relation between frequency and wave number? That is nu is equal to C into nu bar. Okay. So I want nu bar is equal to 1 divided by lambda, that is equal to C divided by nu divided by C. Okay. That is equal to nu is from this equation 3.29 into 10 raised to 15 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square second raised to minus 1 divided by 3 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second, because from 2. Okay, just substitution will be from 2. Nu is equal to C into nu bar. So now again if you simplify this equation, it will be 1.097 into 10 raised to 7 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square, and here second cancels, it will be meter raised to minus 1. So that nu bar is equal to equation 3 is identical with Rydberg equation. Okay. So we have explained the line spectra using Bohr's theory, hydrogen atom. Now in this, for the absorption spectra, energy will be absorbed, so that what will be the values of N1 and N2? N2 is greater than N1, E is positive, so that energy is, or we will have the delta E value as positive, or heat is absorbed. Okay. And for the emission spectrum, there will be value N1 greater than N2, or delta E is equal to negative energy of emission. Emitted energy or energy will be in the form of liberated one. Okay. So here I will solve one or two problems related to this merits of Bohr's theory. After the explanation of lines spectrum by hydrogen atom, I will solve one or two problems. Before that, I will just cover the limitations of Bohr's theory. Okay. At last, I will solve the problems. Limitations of Bohr's theory. Limitations of Bohr's theory. Now here, in the limitation, so this Bohr's theory is used to fulfill the drawbacks of Rutherford model, that is to explain the spectra of hydrogen atom and hydrogen-like species. And it is also used to explain the line spectrum of hydrogen using the Bohr's theory. Now, this theory is very simple or too simple to explain. First one, finer details of the spectrum. Finer details of the spectrum observed using sophisticated spectroscopic instruments. So I will tell you what is the meaning of finer details. So it is too simple to explain the finer details of spectrum observed using sophisticated spectroscopic instruments. So here I will draw a line. Okay. For your eye it will be a line. Just I have drawn it by using a HB pencil. Now I will draw a line which is using a thin 2B pencil. Okay, sharp 2B pencil. Now here this line is made to consist of so many number of lines of like this. Okay, so that here the line's finer details means it can be the same line can be made up of 2 lines, or it can be made up of 3 lines. So the lines we look like are made up of 2 or 3 or more than 2 or 3 fine lines. So here doublet means two closely spaced lines. Now triplet means 3 closely spaced lines. So here finer details means each line of the spectrum will be consisting of either 2 or 3 or 4 like multiplet lines. Okay, that cannot be explained by Bohr's theory. Now second limitation of Bohr's theory. So here unable to explain spectrum of atoms other than hydrogen. That is, we can explain the spectrum of hydrogen-like species, but if you are given an example of helium or lithium, so here helium is consisting of 2 electrons and lithium is consisting of 3 electrons, so that for 2 electron or 3 electron system we cannot apply the Bohr's theory. Now next, third concept, unable to explain splitting up of spectral lines in the presence of splitting of spectral lines, in the presence of either magnetic field, this is called as Zeeman effect, and another electric field, it is called as Stark effect. So the same splitting of spectral lines means one line will be splitted into group of 3 or 4 lines, so here one line, it is going to split in the form of either 2 or 3 lines, and this splitting will be in the presence of either magnetic field, that is called as Zeeman effect, and in the presence of electric field, that is called as Stark effect. And the concept of Zeeman effect and Stark effect cannot be explained by Bohr's theory. Okay. Last one, fourth limitation of Bohr's theory. That is, it is unable to not explain the ability of atoms. To form molecule. Not explain the ability of atoms to form the molecule by chemical bonds. That is, how the chemical bonds are going to join between the atoms to form the molecules. This concept cannot be explained by our Bohr's theory. Now let us move for the problems which are just under the part of merits of Bohr's theory. Okay. First one, what are first one, A, frequency, B, wavelength of a photon emitted during a transition from n is equal to 5 to n is equal to 2. So in hydrogen atom, first, before solving the problem, just you write down the given things. So given things, n is equal to 5 to n is equal to 2, so that last electron will jump to the last level, that is 2, and it is the Balmer series. Okay. So now we are having the formula delta E is equal to 2.18 into 10 raised to minus 18, n1 is equal to 5, n2 is equal to 2. So minus 18 into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square joules. So that is equal to 2.18 into 10 raised to minus 18 into 1 by 5 square minus 1 by 2 square. If you simplify this equation, you will get the answer as minus 4.58 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules, and this is energy of emission. Okay. Now I will move for first quantity to be solved. A, frequency. Again, frequency of radiation is given by the formula nu is equal to delta E divided by H. That is, delta E is 4.58. Just you take the magnitude of this value, don't take the sign. Okay. Into 10 raised to minus 19 joules divided by 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joules second. So answer will be 6.91 into 10 raised to 14 second raised to minus 1 or hertz. Now next, second quantity to be calculated is the wavelength. Okay. Second quantity to be calculated is the wavelength. So what is the formula or relation between frequency and wavelength? Just recall. So here, second one, wavelength. Wavelength and frequency can be related by the relation lambda is equal to c divided by nu. Okay. C, we know the value, 3 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second. If you want, you can write So here C is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second, and also write the H value. Okay. So divided by nu is 6.91 into 10 raised to 14 second raised to minus 1. So total value will be 434 into 10 raised to minus 9 meter, or it will be 434 nanometer is the wavelength of radiation. Now moving for the second problem, calculate the energy of first orbit of helium plus what is the radius of this orbit? What is the radius of this orbit? So here solution, what is given? First write given He plus, for He plus Z is equal to 2, and it is the 1 electron species like hydrogen. Okay, and you are asked to calculate the first orbit, so that here n is equal to 1. What is the formula for energy of hydrogen like species? Energy En is equal to minus RH into Z square divided by N square joules. So that substitute the values. RH is equal to 2.18 into 10 raised to minus 18 joules. So that is equal to minus 2.18 into 10 raised to minus 18 into 2 square divided by 1 square. That is equal to minus 8.72 into 10 raised to minus 18 joules. This is the energy of energy of first orbit E1. Now radius is given by the formula Rn is equal to A0 n square divided by Z picometer. So here R1 is equal to A0 is 52.9 picometer into Z is 2 divided by 1 divided by 2, that is equal to 26.45 picometer. So okay, in the next class I will just discuss the next part of this topic. I will wind off the video here. Thank you.